Hey, what's up YouTube? Tom here, Birds Blades. So, today I kind of made this in the car bag, I guess I'm going to be calling it. This is just a bag that's going to stay in the back of the car. It is a Ozark Trail. This was, actually it came as a kit. So it was their, what was it, 21 and 1 survival camping bag or something, I think is what they called it. And some of the stuff in it was horrible. Some of the stuff in it was decent. So I kind of wanted to modify it, I guess, in a sense, and actually make it something that I would find myself using. So what I came up with was this. This bracelet was in the original pack. This compass does not work, as you can see. Even when you hold it perfectly level, it doesn't work. So I will be removing the compass just so nobody accidentally follows it somehow, I guess, which is unlikely. But this does also have a ferroceram rod on it that I did try. The scraper works good. The ferro rod actually works surprisingly well for how small it is. There is quite a bit of paracord here, actually, so that's nice. And then there is also a whistle. This here is a whistle. So the only thing that I don't like about this whole bracelet is that the compass does not work. But other than that, it's actually a good bracelet. This kit is not 100% done at this time, but it is done enough where I figured I would make a video on it and show you kind of what's in it. And I guess before we dive into it, I'd like to say that this is not the only kit in the car. So in the car there is already a first aid kit, and there's like a kind of like a trauma kit, I guess, if you will. So there's trauma shears, there's anything you could think of for sewing, all sorts of different needles. There's hook needles, there's synthetic sewing string, there's fishing line, there's fishing hooks, there's almost anything you can even think of. There's actually even chocolate, or not chocolate bars, but there's like a protein bar in there from 2011. We have a 2011 Infinity, and it came with, I don't know, it came with pretty much a kit just like this, and then a kit for like first aid only, and then a kit for blah blah blah, whatever, I don't know. But anyway, in this kit I put these glow sticks. These actually came in the original kit, but these are good for just trail marking or something. If you're off-road and you need to mark a trail or mark an entrance for a trail for somebody, you just use these, hang them up in a tree branch at the trail marking. Sticking with this pocket, I guess, get the big items out of the way, the stuff people want to see, is I went with a Gerber dual force in this kit, or not dual force, a Gerber center drive. There you go, figure out how to use it. So I actually went with a Gerber center drive in this kit over a Leatherman, and the reason is the 1/4 inch bit driver. I already carry a EDC, a Leatherman Arc, which is a far superior multi-tool to this. So I figured something my Arc doesn't have that would be extremely nice in a situation is a 1/4 inch bit drive, and this offers that, so that's why I chose this and not a Leatherman. I mean, I have P2s, P4s, Skeletools, Waves, Charges, you name it, I have it. But I went with the Gerber. One hand operation could possibly be big in a situation. This screwdriver, this knife, I found out from experience is not so great, but It's not the primary knife, so that's fine. But yeah, I went with the Gerber over a Leatherman just because of the 1/4 inch bit drive capabilities. Moving on, the knife of choice is this Kershaw Iridium. I was originally gonna go with my Demco AD 20.5, but I can't. I carry this knife. I like this knife too much to stick it in a pouch, leave it in my car, and forget about it until I need it. So I like this knife too much to do that. So that's staying with me. And this Kershaw is going in the kit. This is a D2 steel blade, just like my Demco AD 20.5 was. But this one is uncoated, so corrosion will possibly be an issue. Aluminum handles, crossbar style lock. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't need to be a great knife because I carry a knife on me every day. So this is just in a pinch situation sort of thing, or maybe if somebody takes my car for the weekend and doesn't carry a knife and they need one, it's in the car. The other thing, WD-40 pens. These things are fantastic. If you do not have one, go get one. These are awesome. You can do about anything with them. Trick I used to do way back when I was young and dumb was when you're fishing and you're not catching no fish, you'd take WD-40 and you'd kind of give it a little, put a little bit of WD-40 over on your like spoon or whatever it was that you were using, and they would put like an oil coating on it so it would like reflect the light in all sorts of different ways and stuff, and it would attract fish. So don't do that. Never do that. It's illegal and for good reason. I mean, you're putting oil in the water. You should never do that, but yeah, I guess that, yeah. Anyway, the flashlight, I originally was going to go with one of my Nitecores over here, like this Nitecore EDC35 that has a locking button, a Type-C rechargeable battery, and a tail switch for operation, and multiple modes, but I decided against it because I do everyday carry a nice flashlight, so I figured it doesn't need to be the best flashlight. So I ended up going with this Braun. This is from Harbor Freight. This is a decently bright, not horribly bright, but decently bright flashlight that has multiple modes. You have that mode, that one, a little bit brighter one, and then you have a black light mode, so you can do black light things if you want. It's magnetic butt plate, I guess. I don't know. There's a pocket clip on it. It's Type-C. Yep, Type-C rechargeable. These are decent flashlights. We use them at work all the time. Keep a few of them in each truck, and they work good, especially for the money. And everything in this kit, I guess I'll say, is budget-minded. This is one of my budget-minded kits. So this flashlight was from Harbor Freight. I think the WD-40 pen was from Walmart. Kershaw was from Walmart. Gerber was from Walmart. And then I did a marker. My marker of choice is the Milwaukee Inkzol. These things, from my experience, perform far better than your Sharpie. Yeah, Sharpie. These just work longer and they write on more surfaces. So I went with the Milwaukee Inkzol. These things are great. Moving on to scissors. So originally I was going to go with Leatherman Raptor shears. but comparing the two, these are actually smaller than Raptor shears. I do have a pair of Raptor shears, but they are in a different vehicle right now. So these, I think, are actually really, really good. So I've tried to cut a penny in half with these. Was it these ones? I think it's these ones. I don't know. I tried to cut a penny in half with a pair of these anyway, and it did cut the penny, and it didn't really do much damage at all on the jaws. It just kind of hurt the palm quite a bit trying to do the squeeze through it, but it did cut. So these things are great. They're also serviceable, so you can fix them, I guess, out on the field or whatever. These are Doyle's from Harbor Freight. I know Klein makes a pair. They're probably better, but they're more expensive, and this is a budget-minded kit. So I went with Doyle's from Harbor Freight. These scissors are phenomenal. 100% recommend them. Moving on. Ferrocerium rod. This rod actually came in this kit, and I did try the rod. It works great. Here, I can actually do that for you right now. So there's a sharp spot down here on the Kershaw Iridium. Let's get a few. So yeah, you can see that's actually a decent ferro rod. So that is staying in the kit. This is not the main source, I guess, or my main fire starter. I don't ever recommend you use ferro rods as your main fire starter. I always recommend you have like a Bic lighter on you. They're just a lot easier to deal with. That covers that pocket for the most part. There is, if I can get it out, this little Ozark Trail thing that also came in the kit. I figured just leave it in there because could find a use for it, I guess, in some situation. So it's staying in there. Realistically, we'll probably never use it, but I guess if I need it, I got it. So that's staying in there. That's kind of it for that pocket. Put these back in their home. I gotta kind of figure out how to organize that, but for now, that's all that is. Next pocket, I have 550 paracord. That's just a whole spool of it that came again in the kit, and I figured just leave it in here. I will be getting a whole, like a brand new reel, so a lot more paracord to replace this with, but until then, this is going to stay. I did add these night ties, what are these things called? Night ties, twist ties or something. I don't know. They're like them bread ties that you get, but just a lot bigger for tying things down. These things are great for camping or hunting or whatever. Like they're just good for tying things down. I don't know. Infinite amount of uses for it. Just another cordage-ish sort of option, I suppose. Moving on. The big main pocket over here on this side has this Hart 1/4 inch ratchet driver set in it. And I don't love this thing, I will say. I will be upgrading this kit to a Icon pocket ratchet set, but until then, this is staying in here. The reason I don't like it is because you can see there is no sort of bit retention at all on the 1/4 inch bit drive of it, and it protrudes unlike the Icon one where it's a pass-through, and then bottle cap lifter, obviously. There's bottle cap lifters on like everything in here, but yeah, you can see that should not fall out. So I don't know, I don't love it, but again, from Walmart, budget minded, it's gonna stay in the car. Hopefully I never need to use it. Also, if I do need to use anything, I do carry on me every day. It's part of my EDC. This kit here, this is the Icon pocket ratchet with their extension, their 1/4 inch drive, and then my Leatherman bit kit. So if these are not sufficient and these are around, I will use these bits, but this ratchet. So I guess, I don't know, there's really no reason, I guess, to upgrade unless I'm planning on changing my EDC or losing a ratchet or breaking a ratchet or something. But this is staying in here temporarily until I get a Icon one, which the Icon kit is a little more expensive, not by much. I think like maybe $10 more, not even. Not sure. Honestly, I don't remember how much this heart kit was. But try to cram this back in here. That might be all the way in. Is it? No, it's not. Alright, I'll worry about that later. Anyway, flip this whole thing around now. And then, this is the pocket that I realistically will probably be used hardly ever, ideally. You have another whistle here. No idea if it works or not. Haven't tested it yet, but I will be doing that. I did cut off the zipper pull and put the whistle on instead. That way you just always have it. But there's xylitol gum in here. This is supposed to be good for your teeth, and if you have sugar level issues or something, or if someone has sugar level issues, give them a piece of that. That'll hold them over until they can get food. I have a few cotton swabs in here. A whole lot of Band-Aids. All sorts of Band-Aids. I do have your Bic lighter. And then some fire starting rope. So this is just some natural fiber rope that is like soaked in wax. So you just cut a bit off, roll it up, get all the fibers, and then just strike it with your ferro rod or hit it with your lighter, whatever. Ideally, you'd just save these until you're using ferro rods, but they're in there. But I do recommend you use a Bic lighter or a Zippo or some sort of lighter as your main fire starting technology, I guess. I don't know, over a ferro rod. Ferro rods are good in a pinch. They work if you know how to use them. You should know how to use them, but yeah, I don't know. They're good to have, but I don't think you should be relying on them. Anyway, that is kind of the kit as it sits. Later in the future, potentially I will be swapping a few things out, maybe not, I'm not sure. Like I said earlier, this is not the only kit in the car. We have first aid kits that are set up for first aid only, meaning there's like Band-Aids, gauze, tourniquets, there's like stitching stuff with like the bent hooks and the straight hooks and just anything you could think of. There's all sorts of creams and Advils, Tylenols, just, yeah. So this is not like the first aid kit. This is more of just kind of a gear kit that has some stuff in it, and this isn't the kit you grab if you got a broken leg, I'll say that. But anyway, yeah, that was just kind of a quick walkthrough, I guess, of the, I'm calling it my in-car bag. If you like the video, leave a like, comment down below what you'd like to see me do next, and until next time, thanks for watching, have a good one.